Hello, my friends. I'm Kevin from Keto Mojo Go-Go. So, since August of this year, that's 2018, I have lost 47 pounds. At my peak, I was a monstrous 287 pounds, getting close to that dreaded tricentennial. So, my doctor was starting to have that conversation with me about, it might be time to go on insulin or metformin or something like that. And actually, she had prescribed me some metformin. But that was my cutoff. I was like, okay, I got to do something. I don't want to be on diabetic medicine the rest of my life. So we had, Shauna and I had tried low carb diets in the past, but I think what we were missing was the high fat, and protein component to make you full. I believe a lot of that has to do with the dietary guidelines, which makes fat evil, it demonizes fat. And so always in the back of your mind, you're trying to do low fat and low carb, which by the way, it just doesn't work because you're always going to be hungry and you're always going to be, going back to carbs because they're enticing you. So what we did is we switched over to actually a ketogenic diet, which is where you would eat enough fat and protein to keep you full. I mean, and the core of that is, you eat less than 20 grams of carbs a day. You eat until you're full. You don't eat when you're not hungry. And that's really the baseline, and that's how that works. But getting there sometimes is not so easy. So we have other videos that tell you how to go about doing that. So it's absolutely the path. It may not seem intuitive, and it's the simplest thing in the world, but it seems to be kind of hard to get there for some people. But today I want to talk more about something a little bit different. It's about some of the things that I'm noticing above and beyond weight loss, right? Kind of some surprising things. So the first thing that I noticed 2 weeks into the diet is what some people might think as a negative, right? That might actually make them stop doing it entirely. So 2 weeks into the diet, I got a pretty severe respiratory infection. I got better in a couple weeks, and then bam, 2 weeks later I got hit with an even worse respiratory infection. So, I mean, some people would have stopped right there and they would have made their video on how keto almost killed them. But you have to dig a little deeper to understand what was happening in my case. So in my case, I've been on Humira for my ankylosing spondylitis for more than 15 years, and I've been injecting it into my body. Now, how that works is it reduces your immune system, right? It fights off your immune system, which is attacking your joints. So I was having a side effect that I'd never had before with the Humira. I was getting a side effect because all of a sudden there was no inflammation to attack. So what I had to do is I had to stop taking the Humira, which is what you are supposed to do when you have infection, fully expecting to be in a lot of pain, a lot of inflammation, since I wasn't going to be on the Humira. Come to find out that, come to item number 2, the inflammation is gone. And believe me, inflammation has been my close friend, my acquaintance for most of my life. That's been my biggest complaint. So the ankylosing spondylitis, the way it works is it creates pain and discomfort and stiffness in your lower back to where you have a hard time moving around and walking, especially in the morning when you get up. So I can't overstate how important it is to me to not be experiencing that right now. So which then leads to item number 3. Since my back wasn't hurting, or isn't hurting, the next thing I found out is I was sleeping through the night, which I have really not done very well ever. I mean, it's to the point at times that I would just avoid going to bed. I would stay up very late because I knew that very shortly after I went to bed, I'd be in a lot of pain and back up again anyway. But lo and behold, I find out now I'm sleeping through the night. It's like all of a sudden it's 7 o'clock in the morning. I go to bed at 9 or 10. I'm up at 7, and it's like, well, what happened there? I wasn't up all night. So that's huge for me that I can sleep through the night. Then item number 4 would be kind of interesting because it's about time, right? Since we are now not spending all of our time worrying about meals. We're not hungry every 3 or 4 hours. That we notice on the weekends we have a lot more free time to do things, and we're not being held up by those things. And that's just kind of a small thing, but it is nice to have extra time. And well, the thing is you're not having to make these complex meals either, because our meals are very simple now. It'd be something like some ground beef and mashed cauliflower or cream spinach, something like that. Real simple, or a salad. I mean, real simple stuff. Which then leads to item number 5, and the fact that we now have a lot less trash. Is one of the things I noticed, that we get our trash picked up here twice a week, and I've only been having maybe one trash bag in the can, including recycling, for the pickup, which is just astounding, because I'm pretty well known for all the boxes and stuff for processed foods. You're throwing away a lot of trash, which that's not true anymore. So no processed food, no cardboard boxes, less trash. My trash volume is reduced by 80 to 90%. Then there's item number 6. So we're not spending so much on groceries. We're not buying the processed food. We're not eating out so much. We have now more money in our pocket as a result. Kind of a nice little surprise. The next item would be blood glucose level. So pre-keto, I was pretty consistently being 100 and 125, which is why my doctor was wanting to talk to me about insulin or some other method to lower the blood sugar level. Now it's consistently below 90. I'm going to continue monitoring that, obviously. I mean, if you're on any sort of medicine still and you're doing a ketogenic diet or any other type of regimen like that, you want to make sure you continue checking your blood glucose, because you obviously can go low. You don't want that either. You want to be in control. So you might actually have to step down your medicines as you're on it. And then the last thing I wanted to talk about was my hypertension. So yes, I am still hypertensive. The numbers are much better. My doctor has reduced my medicine by half, has completely taken me off of the HCTZ, the water pill. And I have to keep monitoring it, because if I don't take it for a couple of days, it starts creeping back up. So I take it and knock it down. But it's getting better. And the fact is that I've had high blood pressure since I was in my 20s, when I was at a normal, non-obese weight. So it just might be a genetic thing. It might be something I just have to deal with. But maybe I don't have to treat it so much with so much medicine. And once again, if you have hypertension and this is helping you, make sure you keep on monitoring your blood pressure. Because you want it to, if it goes too low, that's a problem too. So those are the things that I've noticed, me personally. So just on one sample study in this. So I would be interested, and Shauna would be interested, if you're seeing some similar things when you're on a ketogenic diet or a low carb diet of any type. If you're getting some interesting results, some unexpected results, that'd be good to know. Also, please subscribe and click the notification bell so you can know when we drop a new video. Anyway, for now, Keto Mojo Go Go out.